Does this need to be on? Does this one need to be on?
No, it could be this one. Although with this. So Shabbat Shalom and welcome everybody. Shabbat Shalom. There is no one in our congregation more patriotic than Rebecca Rosen, who for several years has, amongst the services she has led each year for several years, has been the service around the time of the 4th of July. So we are delighted to welcome her back as we celebrate Shabbat this evening. We will begin on page 128 with Ma Yafeh Hayom, page 128.
Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom.
「
Shabbat
Again, welcome. We turn to page 120 for Hadlakat Hanerot, Kindling the Lights of Shabbat, and we invite forward Sharon, who leads us this evening in candlelighting, page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lechadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you. We turn to page 138 for L'chadodi. We sing the first, the second, and then the 9th verses of L'chadodi, page 138.
L'chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem ol tiferet v'litila. L'chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lehuven elcha, ki hi mekor habracha, mehirosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. L'chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. Bo'ui v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'tohola, tov emunei am segula. Bo'ui chala, bo'ui chala. L'chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. L'chadodi likrat kala,
Pene Shabbat Nikabela. Page 146. For those who are able, we rise for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vahed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vahed.
Page 148, we read together in English. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe.
Into being,
Skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the tide, and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzivaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv ha'ravim. Page 150, we read together in English. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. Ve'ahavta, page 154. We join together with Rebecca.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibartam bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'letecha v'aderech u'shokbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'v'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihyot lachem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Emet, I read on page 156. When your children witnessed your dominance, they praised your name in gratitude. and they accepted your sovereignty. Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices joyously. Michamocha will be found on page 158.
Ya bum bum bim bim bum, ya bum bum bim bum, ya bum bum bim bim bum, ya bum bum bim bum, ya da 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 da, ya bum bum bim bum, ya da 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 da, ya bum bum bim bum. Mihi chamocha bailim Adonai, mihi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, norati lo tosefele, norati lo tosefele. Ya bum bum bim bim bum, ya da bum bum bim bum, ya bum bum bim bim bum, ya da bum bum bim bum, ya da 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 da, ya da bum bum bim bum, ya da 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 da, ya da bum bum bim bum.
Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Page 161. We read together in English at the top of the page. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai Sukat Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. On page 162, Vishamru at the top of the page.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובין בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We turn to page 164. For those who are able, we rise. We chant the prayers on the even-numbered pages to page 170.
Adonai sifatai tita ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, chasadim tovin vekonei hakol v'zoher chasdei avot ve'imahot umevi gula lifnei b'neihem leman shemo be'ahava melech ozer u'moshia u'magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai Mechaye hakol atarav le'oshia Morid hatal Mechakel chayim bechesed Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim Sohomech noflim verofeh holim Umatir asurim Umekayem emunatov Lishenei afar Micha mocha bal gevurot Umido mehela Melech memit umechaye Umatzmiel Yeshua Manata lechayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechaye hakol.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. In the Exodus story, the penultimate plague is darkness. Reading this morning of the struggles of so many in the search for meaning, rising rates of alienation, depression, and self-harm, we see the need for Judaism's now countercultural guidance. David Brooks writes in his column, a large group of Americans down the income and economic ladders are suffering from economic scarcity, social scarcity, and spiritual scarcity all at once. He further observes, when people overall describe the sources of meaning in their lives, they stuck close to home. Nearly 70% identified family as a source of meaning, followed by career, making money, and practicing a spirituality or faith. Only 11% said learning added meaning to their lives. Only 7% said that helping others was a meaningful part of their life. Amidst such darkness, here's where Torah comes in. Ours is the tradition advising, as is seen on plaques in this building, Marbei Tzedakah, Marbei Shalom. The more tzedakah, the more engagement to support community and others, the more peace. And ours is the tradition counseling. Rabbi Elazar said in the name of Rabbi Hanina, students of Torah add peace to the world. Praying for peace, for ourselves and for all around us, may Judaism's pathway of embracing learning as a lamp and mitzvah and tzedakah a light help serve as beacons towards meaning and wholeness. Our prayer, Shalom Rav, for abundant peace and blessing, page 178.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov be'enecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Silent Prayer, page 180.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
We turn to page 364 for our Torah service. We rise. Dawn, we're going to invite you forward to open our ark. We sing Ki Mitzion. Ki Mitzion Tetzeh Torah. Ki Mitzion Tetzeh Torah. Udevar Adonai Mirushalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato. Page 366. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadol Adonai Iti Uneromema Shemo Yadav.
Adonai hagedula, v'hagevura, v'hatiferet, v'hanetzach, v'hahod. Ki ho b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, ki ho b'shamayim u'ba'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamacha, ve'amid na'aseh lecho lerosh.
Odivo shalom aleinu,
Odivo shalom aleinu,
Odivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam, salam aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam.
Please be seated. Miriam, the prophetess, the one who found water, dies and is buried in the wilderness of Sin. Now there's no water. The people complain bitterly to Moses. God tells Moses to speak to a rock, and out will come water. Only Moses belittles the people and then violently strikes the rock with his rod twice. Water comes out for the people, but God tells Moses and Aaron that because of their actions, they will not enter the land of Israel. Some background. There's been a series of rebellious actions against God. First the people, then the Levites and tribal chieftains, and finally in this scene, Moses and Aaron. Moses publicly displays bad temper, and Aaron passively accepts this wrongful behavior. Since the Torah only explains the punishment of Moses and Aaron not reaching the promised land because they failed to uphold God in this incident, but without explaining exactly what Moses and Aaron did wrong, our rabbis offered different explanations of what went awry. Rashi's explanation is most popular. Moses was punished for hitting the rock rather than speaking to it. But there's a lot of disagreement here. Ibn Ezra claims that the sin was hitting the rock twice instead of once. Maimonides argues that Moses lost his temper and spoke harshly. Nachmanides explains that Moses was careless in his speech, asking, "Can we get water from this rock?" instead of, "Can God get water from this rock?" Yet one of the clear lessons is the teaching that when a sage is enraged, wisdom departs. When a prophet is enraged, prophecy departs. That is, acting out of anger estranges us from God. All told, we are taught in our portion to keep our own tempers in check and not to be passive when we see hurtful actions. That understanding from the Bronze and Iron Ages assuredly remains relevant in our age. Our Torah portion will be Numbers chapter 20, beginning at the first verse, found on page 1152. And we invite forward Morgan for our Aliyah to the Torah. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'et. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher bar Harbanu Mikol Hamim V'natzalanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vayavo V'nei Yisrael Hol Ha'edar Midbar Tzin B'chodesh HaRishon V'yeshev Ha'am B'Kadesh V'tamot Sham Miriam Utikaver Sham. And the children of Israel went in the wilderness of Sin on the first of the month, and they dwelt in Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there. V'lo haya mayim le'edah, and there was not water for the congregation, for the community. V'yikahel al Moshe v'al Aharon, and they congregated against Moses and Aaron. Vayerev ha'am im Moshe, and they strived, they quarreled with Moses. Vayomru lemor, saying, Lu gavanu bigba achenu lifnei Adonai, v'lama havetem et kahal Adonai el hamidbar hazeh lamut sham anachnu uvirenu. Why have you brought us to this place to die, us and our animals? V'lama heletunu mimitzrayim, why have you brought us out of Egypt? L'havi otanu el hamakom hazeh, and brought us to this terrible place. Lo makom zera utena v'gefen v'rimon umayim ein lishtot, a place without seeds or figs or vines or pomegranates, and there's no water to drink. Vayavo Moshe v'Aharon mipnei hakahal el petach ohel moed. And Moses went from out before the people, from out before the congregation, to the entrance of the tent of meeting. V'yiplu al pneihem, and they fell on their faces. V'yera'ech chvod Adonai alehem, and the presence, the glory of God appeared to them. V'yedaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, and Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, Kach et hamateh v'hakel et ha'edah. Take your staff and gather the community, Ata v'Aharon, you and Aaron achicha, your brother, v'dibarta el hasela, and speak v'dibartem el hasela, and speak to the rock, le'enehem, in front of all of them, v'natan memav, and it will give its water. V'tzeta lachem mayim min hasela, v'shkita et ha'edah ve'et bi'am. And you will, out of the water will come out of the rock, and you will give water to the people and their animals. And Moses took the staff from before God as God has commanded him. V'kachalu Moshe v'Aharon et kahal el pnei hasela. And he gathered them before the face of the rock. V'omer lachem shmuna hamorim, and he said to them, listen to me, you rebels. Hamin hasela hazeh notzi lachem mayim. Do you expect us to get water from this rock? Vayera Moshe et yado, and he raised his hand, v'yach et hasela b'matehu, and he struck the rock with his rod pa'amayim, twice. V'yotziu mayim rabim, and out came a lot of water, v'tesh ha'edah uveram, and he gave water to drink for the congregation and the animals.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher nata lanu Torah emet, v'hayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Morgan, thank you. Eric, we invite you forward to raise our Torah, and Pauline to address our Torah. I ask that we rise as the Torah itself will be raised. V'zot Torah will be found on the bottom of page 370.
V'zot haTorah asher Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. La 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 la
We remain standing as the Torah will now be returned to the ark. Its Chaim Ki will be found at the bottom of page 374.
Etayim hi lematzikaba vetom bechalecha meushar derachecha darenom vechon netivotecha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Hadish Hadish Yameinu Hadish Yameinu Kekedem.
Please be seated.
Page 371. Each Shabbat we pray on behalf of dear ones within and beyond our congregational family. We articulate the hope that they might know comfort and support. I invite you now to raise your hand, and after I silently acknowledge you, speak the names of those persons not on our prayer list for whom likewise we should pray this Shabbat.
Mikor
86. We rise for the Aleinu. The Aleinu that we chant is the second paragraph down on the page.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol l'teit gedula l'yotzer breshit shelo asanu kigei haratzot velo samanu kemishbeot hadama shelo sam kelkenu kahem vego
Please be seated, page 591.
V'nemar v'chaya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Page 598. We now call to mind our own beloved dead. I ask that those in mourning or remembering the anniversary of the death of a loved one and who have trekked to the sanctuary during Shiva or Shloshim or for Yartzeit, should you be able, please rise when their name is mentioned. During Shiva, we remember Deborah Friedlander. She's the daughter of Rabbis Elise Frischman, the editor of our prayer book, and Dan Friedlander, who was the past president of the World Union for Progressive Judaism. During Shloshim, we remember David Reps, Doris Goodman, Suzanne Isaac, and Audrey Namowitz. This Shabbat, we remember the Yartzeits, the anniversaries of the deaths of Mortimer Atlas, Sophie Bamberger, Gertrude Barr, Jeanette F. Geller, William B. Greenberg, Henry Johnson, Harriet Sanditz Myers, Alex Phillips, William Shore, William P. Wertheimer, Irving Volgemuth, Rebecca Wurzberger. If there are additional Yartzeits to mention, please feel free to rise and say their names now. A practice within our congregation is to further consider these people. If you're comfortable so doing, we now invite you to share with this minyan a brief reflection or reference about a dear one on our Kaddish list. We also recall those American troops who have died this past week, Sergeant First Class Elliot J. Robbins. Each Shabbat, we also mention 6 names amongst the 6 million murdered in the Holocaust, the Shoah. We now remember Elfreda Torger, Lazer Novoprutsky, Mikhail Novoprutsky, Dufya Gans, Rusia Franzman, and Samuel Franzman. In remembrance and solidarity, and on behalf of those for whom there is no one but us to say Kaddish, we now invite all present to rise if you are able. Page 598. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, B'alma divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei, V'chayechon u'yomechon, u'v'chayet l'chol b'Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam l'olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitnoram v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal shemina kudusha b'rihu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'ne'emata, damiram b'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom.
Alinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imaru. Amen.
Zechronam Livracha, may their memories be for blessing. Let us say, Amen. Please be seated. Page 681. For America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet who stern impassioned stress, a thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thine every flaw, confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. Oh, beautiful for patriot dream that sees beyond the years, thine alabaster cities gleamed, undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Michelle?
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Rebecca. It was a lovely service. Does anybody have any good news to share? Anybody? Anyone who may have gotten an internship today that wants to share something? Morgan?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Morgan will be spending her next 6 weeks away. Okay, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock is Torah study. Next Friday night, July 12th at 7:30, Erev Shabbat services. The oneg that evening will be sponsored by Debbie Garber in honor of her father Herb's birthday. Tonight's oneg is sponsored by our B'nai Israel family, and happy birthday to everybody who has a July birthday. Are there any anniversaries in July? Because I missed that one. Okay. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. And again, thank you, Rebecca. Kiddush is on page 123. It is followed by Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'atzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho, b'ahava v'ratzon, inhilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila, l'mikraye kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'charta, be'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, b'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava u'ratzon, inhatanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
Tastes better tonight than what we give to the bar mitzvah kids. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. May God's presence be with you and give you peace. Shabbat shalom.
I actually learned. So I met Samuel